The first thing that comes to my mind of where we were during this whole time was just busy, occupied and busy. Now, he'd gotten the flu, what we thought was the flu, and missed a few days of school, and he knew he couldn't miss the science fair. He was on a team, so if he didn't show up, his team would all get a 0. So he went, and he ran a fever, which was totally against my rules to send my kids to school with a fever, but he said, "Mom, I don't have a choice." I remember him coming back and looking really, really tired. His eyes were sunken in, and he just didn't look good. So we let him stay home for a few days after that.
He started complaining about pain in his hip. He said, "Dad, my hip hurts."
But I remember it got to the point where he couldn't get up into his loft bed. Again, we were so busy. I look back now and I think, why did it take so long? We were so busy, and he wasn't complaining during the day. But it got to a point where we had taken the mattress off of the loft bed and put it on the floor. No fever, just pain.
It was a Sunday morning, and he just couldn't get up anymore.
And I remember right there, I felt like, go to the emergency room. That's what I'm feeling. When I pulled into that parking lot, Micah looked at the location of the hospital and he said, "Did you have to park this far?" And I knew then, and this is worse than I think, I helped him get to the front door, and when those sliding glass doors opened, the lady looked at me and said, "Do you need a wheelchair?" I looked at him and I was, "Yeah, I guess we do." When he sat down in that wheelchair, he didn't walk again for almost a week. He's on hydrocodone, muscle relaxers, and it's not taking the edge off of the pain. And then that's when I think he started some morphine at that point. And if you know me, my kids don't take Tylenol. It's like, tough it out, let it break, let the fever break, you'll be fine. So at this point, I'm looking at my child and who is just pumped full of drugs, and I am beside myself, just crying out to God. What's happening? We started praying a lot. I remember as he slept, the heavier sedated he became, the louder I probably became, knowing he couldn't hear me, just crying out to God, "Save my son."
And I think it was about time that the church was spending time praying for people in the church on that first Wednesday.
And I think that's when they stopped there and prayed. And in that same exact time is when he got up. He went to the bathroom. And it was like, the toddler taking the first steps again. We were 30 seconds later. It was a friend. And she said, I think I actually told her first. He walked to the bathroom. She said, "I called to tell you." She had snuck out of service to tell me how powerful the prayer was. She said, "We just got done praying as a body for him." I knew God was telling me, I've got this. And for me as a mother, fear has always just gripped me. Where my kids are concerned. And I think, the more I've talked to people, the more women struggle with that. And constantly the Lord's just been saying, they're mine, let me have them. And during this time, so many chains were broken off of me where fear is concerned.
And that's the thing. I think the main thing there is for all of us is that God was saying, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me in this trial? Do you trust me in your pain? Do you trust me